Guys, it's Fonzie with DipYourCar.com. Today we're doing something a little bit different. First of all, it's the first video where we're going to be using the new DipYourCar dip sprayer system. So I'm going to walk you through a little bit of the gun. If you haven't seen a full walkthrough and tutorial on this new sprayer system, we have a video, walks you through the whole thing. It's 25 minutes long, everything you wanted to know about it and why it's different than the 3500. Also, we're going to do something a little bit crazy today. Sometimes you just got to mix together different products and see what happens. So we got Hooper's GTI here. We're going to drop a gunmetal base first. Then we're going to take the Anthracite True Metallic. We're going to mix some blue tints into it. Then we're going to take that gallon, the Anthracite and blue mix. We're going to add a half a gallon of Pearlizer and a half a gallon of Glossifier. Now, this is going to give it a crazy little metallic sheen and a gloss. The question is, what is it going to look like? The answer, I have absolutely no idea. But sometimes you just got to do stuff like this. So I'll walk you through the mixing process, the application. You guys know the deal by now. It's Fonzie. Enjoy the video. Now, one of the big differences when using the dip sprayer system is the increased atomization. Now, atomization, when we're talking about spraying paint or Plasti Dip, is how fine the droplets come out of the front of the gun, whether or not it's big droplets or a nice fine mist. The finer the mist and the better the atomization, the smoother finish at the end of the day. Now, the dip sprayer system uses the dip tip needle, which is a specific size and shape needle that actually increases the atomization, and the turbine for the dip system actually is about 50% more powerful than the 3500. So the increased power and the dip tip needle increases atomization. So I'm going to try and do a demonstration for you here using the 3500 with the standard setup on one side and then the dip sprayer system on the other side to see if we can see a difference between the atomization and the size of the paint particles coming out of the front of the gun. Okay, I've got the 3500 set up here, and what we're going to do is I'm just going to do 1 second of a release of the trigger right here and just create a line. Okay. All right, now I've got the DipYourCar dip sprayer. I'm going to do 1 second release on the trigger over here, and we'll do a comparison. All right, we've got the 3500 spot over here, and we've got the dip sprayer spot over here. Now, the biggest thing that you can notice first and foremost is the main part of the dip that's gone down in both sections is about the same size, a little bit bigger on the 3500. We might have had the dial turned up just a bit on that one, but the biggest thing you want to focus on right now is not only how sporadic the size of the droplets around the 3500 are. You've got your main paint line here, and then you've got a big spread of where the droplets go around the main paint line. Over on the dip sprayer system, it's much more potent, much more condensed and closed in. The main paint line is here, and the droplets don't go any farther than about an inch away from the main paint line. Now, the second thing is obviously that the droplets themselves, over here on the earlick side on the 3500, the droplets are considerably bigger. You can see them, even the big ones come all the way out down to around here. The atomization is much lower, the droplets are much bigger. Over here, it's a much finer mist. The largest droplets that you can see are just outside of the paint line here, but they're actually considerably smaller than even some of the smaller ones on this side. So what does all this mean? It means better atomization, better product control, and a finer mist of the product equaling a better result and a smoother result on your car. All right, we're going to start mixing the color now. We've got 1 gallon of Anthracite Gray True Metallic in the gallon. I've got 4 blue tints, and I've got 1 black tint. Reason why is the Pearlizer is going to lighten this whole color. We're putting only a half a gallon of Pearlizer in, but it's still going to lighten it. So just in case we want to go a little bit darker, we have a black tint. Now, the gallons that we're working with are not full gallons, so to make sure that we're getting the measurements right, I've got a paint cup here. Obviously, it's going to tell us when we hit our 32-ounce mark. So we want a half a gallon of Glossifier and a half a gallon of Pearlizer. So first things first, I'm going to mix up the Glossifier, and we're going to put in 2 full 32 ounces into the Anthracite. All right, that's our half a gallon of Glossifier. Now we're going to mix up the Pearlizer. Okay, that's a half a gallon of Pearlizer. Now we're going to blend this all up. See how much it lightened the Anthracite. Should add some satin, some gloss, some metallic effect. Then we're going to add the blue. This is regular Anthracite. This is the Anthracite Pearlizer Glossifier mix with the blue. Now this is definitely farther away from Anthracite with the blue tint. We don't want to go too blue. We don't want to have like a metallic medium blue. We're still looking to be dark and metallic, so we're probably going to stop right there, remembering that it lightens as it dries. Here's the end result with the metallic shadow blue. Remember, we started with 3 coats of gunmetal gray as our base coats. That's the best thing and most cost-effective thing you can do when you're working with the true metallic gallons. Then we took 1 gallon of anthracite gray. We took half a gallon of Pearlizer, half a gallon of Glossifier, and 3 blue tints from the DipYourCar tint kit, mixed it all together. Now this is a perfect example of why we experiment, why we mix stuff together, because we come out with cars like this, it ends up being one of the craziest, sickest colors that we've ever done. We obviously use the new DipSprayer system with this, and as you saw in the beginning of the video, the dip tip needle with the increased pressure and PSI, it equals better atomization. At the end of the day, a smoother product, a better result for you. So everything you saw us use today is available for you at DipYourCar.com. If you have any questions, customer service at DipYourCar. I've been tweeting out different pictures as we went through this process, and I got a lot of responses back from you guys. I appreciate that. Hit me up on Twitter directly at any time. It's Fonzie. We're gonna let the camera go around. We're absolutely in love with this color. I hope you guys like it too. I'll see you on the next video.